Back in your lives, ladies and gentlemen, findyourfx.com and Bulletproof Traders, providing this exclusive top-level market analysis in real time today on the menu. Crypto portfolio breakdown and market watch list. We're going to be looking at 5 assets, and I'm going to even throw in another one as a benchmark. We have an open position on the Cardano. This one is actually fresh. We started off with this one a couple of days ago, as price action was starting to slide below 108.35. 108.35, that was our trigger to fire off the first trade, and that's exactly what happened. Because if you think about it, ever since the 24th, 23rd of November, price action's been trading back and forth inside a defined range. I really like the way it kind of turned around right off 2150, and we were here to talk about it, and we were calling it out, right? And we had a beautiful short position straight to the target, 93.50. That was really good. That was a really strong move, a single day nosedive that yeah, we secured that profit with 93.50 as a target. But a few days later, price action turned around and started to march forward. And the fact that it didn't take the previous low with that drop, right? That drop to 93.50 didn't take the previous low. That's a little bit suspicious to me. Also, as far as this range goes, this trading range, it's still pretty young. So I don't think it's up for a breakout or a breakdown, but more just continuing trading sideways casually. Now, since it didn't take the previous low and then went straight up, turned around and started to slide below 108.35, tells me that this trading range is still underway and price action is now on its way down. Since it's coming from the upper section, I feel like that push upwards was a technical correction to that big drop that we were participating in and taking profit, right? So now I feel like price action is going to continue on the way on the downside, make contact with 93.50 again, and this time will penetrate into the lower section and try to chase the previous low. Now the green dotted line you see here, that's going to be our final destination, also one of our profit targets. That's 84.60. That represents a Fibonacci projection 123.6%, taking off that technical correction from bottom to top. That's the previous opposite move, from bottom to top. 123.6 right here also happens to be slightly below the previous major low. And I think price action is going to chase that low, right? As part of that trading range, as part of that sideways movement, I don't think that's coming to an end soon. Again, this could be considered as the technical correction we're talking about, where the market is in right now. So these are the 2 positions we have. I want to move on to the watch list. We're looking at 3 assets. Right, we're looking at the Bitcoin as potential short position again. I mean, ever since the 22nd of November, the Bitcoin is trading sideways, right? I mean, it did establish slightly higher highs, but this is still in the range of a sideways movement. Now, as far as pulling the trigger here on the Bitcoin, we need price action to slide below 101.420. Right here, you can write down that number, because once price action starts to break through, I think that there's a downside potential to go all the way to 94,269. So that's going to be our official profit target once we secure that breakdown and this short position is going to get triggered. The next one is Litecoin. What I like about the Litecoin, you can see the sideways movement ever since the 12th of December. Then this is the 4-hour chart. This is really short-term perspective we're talking about. Here, our trigger level is 115.23. We're really very, very close to that level. Once price action break through, we're going to jump in. Head first, chase 163. That's a major support key level that's been missed back in early December. Price action got really, really close. Very small margin, almost touchdown, but didn't. And then went up for what I would call a technical correction. Now you can see it's been trading sideways, back and forth, back and forth. It already challenged 115.23. I believe that was yesterday. Slight touchdown here, but got rejected, turned around, and now it's coming back. And I mean, keep your eyes peeled. I feel like we might have a breakdown here. So once price action starts to slide below 115.23, we'll probably give it some more time to make sure it base itself below that area. And then I'm going to be firing off a short position, again, chasing 100.63. Last but not least, Ethereum. Ethereum is showing us a lot of potential, a lot of downside reversal potential. Why do I say that? Well, first, price action coming off a definite high, right? Taking the previous high by a tiny margin. But what I really like about this is the way it broke below 39.02. 39.02 is a Fibonacci 123.6%, taken off the previous opposite move from top to bottom. So that's actually was our profit target when we were riding this upside move. You probably remember that. We were riding a nice upside bullish campaign all the way to 39.02. And then take a look what happened. Price action broke that area, but then broke back below and closed the weekly bar below that level. Did test 37.88, right? But it got rejected, pulled back up. But again, it tried to turn around this week. Let's take a look. It's already pulling back. And it sits right on that 39.02. That tells me that a downside, full-fledged downside reversal might be lurking around the corner. Now for us to take action here, we need price action not just to get rejected off of 39.02, but also break below 37.88, what it couldn't do last week. Once it does that, once it starts to establish itself below 37.88, that's going to be our cue to pull the trigger, establish a short position with a lot of downside potential. Price action can go all the way down to 31.15. All right, so these are the three assets we're looking at as far as pending trading opportunities, you know, our next candidates for an active position. One last thing before we wrap this up, I want to bring forward the case of the Ripple as a benchmark. It's not really on our watch list. Officially, it's not on our watch list. But what I like about the situation here is take a look at that massive key level resistance of 235.75. And I've mentioned that before. And we can see price actions pulling back all the way from the highs of 2.9, right? And this is done. This is being done this month. We're talking about this month. Price action already been at 2.9, and it's dropping hard, and it's getting suspiciously close, very suspiciously close to 2.3575. I have a strong feeling by the end of the month it will close the monthly bar below that area, and that again suggests that a full-fledged downside reversal is potentially something that we're going to be witnessing in the near future. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be watching very closely, especially those assets on the watch list and the Ripple as a benchmark. We'll come back to follow up and we'll keep you posted as always. In the meantime, guys, want to wish you a nice trading day. We're going to be back tomorrow as usual. So till then, be well.